please welcome the Gold Display team, and your commentator is Mark Collis.
Thank you very much, Steve. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say no further than to introduce the gold level demonstration team. Welcome to our gold level demonstration team. During the opening sequence, we saw various disciplines from the gold level of the scheme, walking at different paces, changes of direction, walking through other people and dogs as distractions and coming away from distractions at the same time. Now we're going to progress immediately with the return to handler exercise. When we saw the bronze level of the scheme earlier, the handler steps 10 paces away from the dog, which we leave in a static position, and then recalls the dog to him. We progress that to the gold level, where we retrieve the dog recalls to us while we're moving, and we continue moving. So there we see dog recalled to the handler's side and continues walking with the handler as she goes about her walk. Then we see two more together. Watch the hand signals now. These dogs working more on hand signals and voice control, but returning to the handler's side and continue on their walk off the lead. Very well done. And then we can see 4 simultaneous return to the handler's sides, but this time the handler's going to be walking towards another dog. So their own dog has the added distraction of a moving dog in front of them as well as the handler. But they should be focused on the handler. There we are, all back to the handler's side. And we have a little road crossing now, crossing other dogs as distractions. All the dogs off the leash. Here we are, passing more. Saying hello. The dog totally focused on the handler and the commands. Very good demonstration of return to handler's side. Now our next exercise is the emergency stop, or as it's known in the scheme, stop the dog. Now this is when we're recalling the dog. It could be when it's running away from us, but we're going to show you it as part of a recall, where we need to stop the dog urgently because we can see some kind of imminent danger that the dog's not aware of. So we're looking out for the dog's safety. It might be running towards glass or something like that. It might be that there's a vehicle about to cross its path. So here we see all our dogs in the stay. We've got a road scene here, because in the Good Citizen Dog Scheme we tried to make this true to life. These are all about skills, taking our dogs out into the community and having well-trained and well-mannered dogs. So here's our vehicles on the road, and we stop the dog from going into the path of oncoming traffic. And with our mad scooter riders and our mad buggy pushers. And off they go again. And we stop the dog to make sure that it's not in a collision with any vehicles. Well done, folks. Now we have our mad racing driver. Lost his car, he's just got his wheel left now. He makes all the noises, but you can imagine it's a car. So here he is, driving along the street. Or screech of brakes, We've got one that was so good, he didn't even move before Mum said stop. He sat there, he obviously saw that imminent danger and didn't get up. Now that it's gone out of the way, there he goes and stops on command. Well done, give him a round of applause. Well done, everybody. Now, at the bronze level of skiing, when we start, the handler has to examine their own dog, looking in its eyes and ears and throat and checking all over its body and its nether regions, its foot pads. But at the gold level of the scheme, we expect a stranger to examine the dog. A bit like your first visit to the vet, or if you only go to the vet once or twice a year, you might get a different vet every time you go. So at gold level, we expect our dogs to be prepared to be examined and used to this as well. So we've got lots of dogs coming into the ring. We've got a waiting room set up. Some dogs will be examined on the table, some will be examined on the floor. And what we're looking for here is well-mannered dogs who aren't reacting to the intrusions, they're comfortable with this. And at the same time, young Sola has been put in relaxed isolation. At the gold level, we expect dogs to be left in relaxed isolation, so that to be in a room or somewhere contained for up to 5 minutes where they can't see the handler. And this is getting the dog used to being left on its own occasionally. Now, we never advocate leaving dogs for long periods of time, but there are occasions when we have to leave a dog for a short period. So Sola in relaxed isolation there. The examinations all seem to be going very well. I think we've got one dog being weighed there. I'm not sure if that's a weighing scales or just somewhere to sit. Our Labrador doing very well with the vet check here, looking at Mum all the time. And I think a very good example of the vet exercise. Well done, everybody. Now, our next exercise is food manners. Because again, we like to have well-mannered dogs out in public. We don't want them running up to people that have picnics or anything like that. And we don't want them snatching food from our hands. So we've got our dogs and handlers back in, carrying their food bowls. What they're going to do in a minute is they're going to place food in their bowls, and then they're going to walk around one another's bowls, ensuring that their dogs refuse to take food unless commanded to. So here we have our bowls going down, and in the middle we've got our very slow stop the dog with a lovely bone, massive great bone. You know how sometimes dogs would guard their bones, and once you give it to them they won't let you take it away? Well, when we look at food manners, we expect to be able to do this. So there we have the dog with a bone in a minute, which will be taken away shortly. Right, handlers, can you fill your bowls, please? So our dog food has gone into the dog's bowl. The dog's seen that, they're all looking at it. Now, handlers, would you like to take a walk? Leads going around all the bowls, making sure we're not taking anyone else's food away. Our dog in the middle, enjoying his bone. I think Mum's enjoying the sit down more than the dog's enjoying the bone. And there we are, back to our food bowls. Handlers command the dogs to eat. And on command, they take their food. And at the same time, the bone is taken away from our dog with ease. Well done, handlers. Now, would you like to replenish your bowls and take your dog off the lead? Because we're going to do that again, but this time off the lead. So we're expecting absolutely perfect food manners this time, he says. All done? Right, handlers, would you like to take a walk? All the time this is going on, Sola's still sat there in relaxed isolation. Oh dear, somebody's picked somebody else's food over there. Oh no, oh, terrible manners today. Terrible manners. As I say, no, young Sola. Oh dear, 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 dear. We've lost them. Handlers, tell your dogs they may eat. Well done, everybody. Oh, there's nothing there, Mum. No, because you ate it first time round. Well done, big round of applause. Dog in the middle, bone away again. Our dog's great food manners. The Sola, still in relaxed isolation. Not fretting, not concerned, no stress. Can see lots going on around him, but not fussed about what's happening at all. Right, next we're going to have a very busy scene in a park. We've got some dogs coming in that's going to be left in the stays. And at the gold level, we have a 2-minute stay. It can be in any position, the stand, sit or down. It can't move between positions, but we will accept minor movement of those positions. All of these 3 left in the down. So if these dogs decided to roll onto their side, that would still be the down. But they can't go into a sit or a stand. And 30 seconds of that 2 minutes must be out of sight. And at the same time, Sola's dad's returned. There he is, happy lad. In the middle here, we have a picnic going on. Some of our food manners dogs at the picnic. You didn't bring your dog to a picnic as well. It's going to eat all the food. We've got some joggers in the park, running around with their dogs, some on the lead, some off the lead. Got a gentleman reading his paper. He doesn't want to be fazed or fussed by any dogs, does he? So our 3 dogs left in the stay, not fussed by any of the distractions. The handlers back to join their dogs that are in the stays. Noah's now gone for a jog. Our picnickers are happy. They managed to eat all their food and they weren't disturbed by any other dogs. There we are, a bit of play with our dog as well. It's a great example of the dogs and non-dog owners living in harmony in the parks. And of course, being responsible, we need to sweep up after ourselves. So here's our young cleaner, cleaning up. And oh, she's noticed something. What has she noticed? Oh, Phoenix has done something. Yes, it happens, folks. Dogs have to poo every day, just like us. But as responsible owners, we always carry a poop scoop bag, and it's very easy just to pick the mess up and put it in a bag. Well done, everybody. And obviously, time to go home now. So we're on the road, crossing the road. Again, passing other dogs, lots of distractions. Keeping our dogs under control at all times. Good to see the handlers looking for traffic before they cross the road. Too many people walk out with a dog on the lead in front of them, straight into traffic. So we're very careful with our dogs, check the road, and then we go off and command the dog to join us. Right, next we have what we call the bed race. Send the dog to bed is the official title. And it is a requirement at the gold level of the scheme. Now, sending the dog to bed is not a punishment. It's a safe place in the home where we can send the dog. It may be that you have visitors that don't like dogs, they're allergic to dogs. It may be that you've dropped a bottle in the kitchen and you don't want the dog walking in there. So we send it to bed. But we're going to do it now as a bit of fun. We're going to do it as a relay race. Sorry, not as a relay race, as a one-to-one race to see who's going to be our champion send the dog to bed. I see we started with Sola. Be interesting. So folks, this is the time when you can clap and cheer and support the dogs as you see fit. So handlers, are you ready? Send your dog to bed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Oh, I think Sola just, well done, Sola through to the next round.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Handlers, send your dog to bed.
Ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want to get it to
Oh, yes, just. I think there was one backside cheek on the bed. We can say that was gone to bed.
I like Angela, Pamela.
Some of these dogs looking a bit reluctant to go to bed at the moment.
You know they're getting sweeter. So
Handlers, send your dog to bed.
You my lord. To me, learning is just like a
Oh,
sport.
stop. Is there any food? Is there any food? No, I'll go to bed then. Well done on this side. Our lad gets there eventually in his own time.
A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita.
Right.
All I need.
Phoenix against Bella. Here we go. Make sure Bella's beds make no creases. Bella doesn't like creases. Handlers, send your dog to bed.
A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me
If you think I'm sleeping in that, Mum, you've got another thing coming. Pink is not my colour. Right, a win for Phoenix there. So we have our first semi-final.
Mambo number 5.
Handlers, send your dog to bed.
Jump up and
Oh,
dance.
Sola again, only just. Well done, Sola through to the final.
Put your hands on the ground, take one step left.
Our second
one step
semi-final.
right, one to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if
It's our favourite food manners dog against Phoenix. Handlers, send it up to bed.
a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita's all I need. A little
Oh, it's only on this side. Only just. Phoenix loses count there. So there we have our final now.
A little bit of Jessica, here I am.
It's Solar.
You makes me your man.
Solar against Polo. This is it for our champions. Send the dog to bed. Handlers, send your dog to bed. Oh, and it's a win, but only just for Solar. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for all of our dogs and handlers. Excellent example of send the dog to bed. It's not a punishment. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, we're coming towards the end of our very short demonstration on the Kennel Club Good Citizen Gold level of the scheme. But it now just leaves me with you, with the team, to finish with their final finale. Thank you to Emma with Bella, Alison with Jess, Shelley with Flo, Noah with Solar, Gareth with Phoenix, Lindsay with Mistral, Michaela with Bailey, Gillian with Polo, our five assistants, Georgette, Martin, Claire, Joanne and Karen, and our team leader, Abby Edwards.